Japanese horror cinema has given us everything from vengeful ghosts to cursed videos, but Loft stands out as one of the more unusual entries I've come across. Directed by Kiyoshi Kurosawa, the film follows Reiko, a prize-winning writer who moves into a quiet, isolated house by the sea to finish latest novel. Seeking solitude, she instead finds herself drawn into the strange activities of her neighbor. One night, she witnesses him transporting a mysterious object wrapped in cloth and soon discovers he is an archaeologist deeply evolved in researching a recently unearthed ancient mummy. What makes Loft feel fresh is its central premise. I haven't seen any other Asian horror movie centered around mummies before, and the way this film blends archaeological mystery with psychological unease, it gives the film a distinctive flavor that sets it apart from your usual J horror tropes. Visually, the movie is striking in its consistency. The color green permeates in almost every scene of the movie, from the murky sea and overgrown landscapes to the lighting inside the house, creating a sickly, oppressive atmosphere that lingers throughout the film. The first hour and a half are exceptionally eerie and creepy. Kurosawa excels at slow burn tension, building dread through long takes, subtle sounds, and an overwhelming sense of isolation. There's a genuine sense of something ancient and unnatural intruding on the present that kept me hooked and interested to keep on watching the film. Unfortunately, the film loses steam in its final act. The last 30 minutes see abandon much of its creepy supernatural aura in favor of a more conventional murder mystery psychological thriller structure. The shift feels jarring and the plot becomes increasingly confusing, and the ending veers into outright silliness. Unfortunately, veers into silly territory that undercuts the earlier tension. It's a disappointing way to conclude what had been a promising slow horror experience. Kurosawa is a popular Japanese film director in Japan who made the films Cure and Pulse, which are classics in themselves. Loft sits comfortably in the middle to lower tier of Kurosawa's filmography, a solid but uneven atmospheric horror that showcases many of his signature strengths while exposing some recurring weaknesses, especially in the film's third act. Loft feels like a fascinating but flawed experiment by Kurosawa, and also, it's while it's one of his creepiest, but like in the end, it loses track and it just becomes silly towards the end. But it's still a really good movie, and if you're after a horror movie that's that's like Asian inspired and it's a mummy movie, this movie will be right up to you, like or it'll be your cup of tea. So my rating for this movie, I would give this movie a 3 out of 5.